Hey everybody, it's Mary the Painted Peach, and today I am in a playlist collaboration for Flippin' Furniture Friday. This is a cedar chest. Yes, it looks bad. It was my sister's cedar chest that we both had one when we were little. My parents bought us one, and mine was ruined when we moved one time. It got water damage. This one has a bit of water damage on the bottom and the top, so I am going to try to keep it as original as possible. So I'm not going to take off the bottom portion where it was damaged. I'm just going to add to it. But the first thing I started doing is a lot of sanding. There wasn't really a varnish or anything over this. With it being a cedar chest, it was mainly just wood, plain wood. But with all the damage to it, I just wanted to make sure I sanded every bit of it down. This cedar chest has been sitting in my garage for probably over a year, and I've been needing to redo it, but you know, things just kept getting in the way. So when I seen this Flippin' Furniture playlist, I was like, there's my chance. So here I am getting this cedar chest done, and the cedar chest will be a gift for my mom. She loves horses, so I'm going to be using a paper from Redesigned by Prima, and I'm going to be putting horses on the top of this. This part here, I was showing you that I'm going to cut a piece to put under the damaged area on the bottom, and that's where you see those clips on there holding that piece on. I added wood glue to it, and we cut it just the right length to hold the bottom a portion of this up. And then I went back to sanding and sanding and sanding. You guys, over time, this took me probably 2 months, because when I started this project, my dad ended up getting sick, and I became his full-time caretaker now. So I've been doing this project in between times of taking care of him, like in between giving him medications and stuff. So it has taken me a good while to redo this, and it was the perfect way to escape in my mind. It's my therapy, and I really enjoyed redoing this cedar chest. The main thing I did to redo it is sanding. As you see, I am doing a lot of sanding, and I'm gonna tell you, here in Georgia, the temperatures were at the highest during this time, and I sweat a lot. But it was worth it in the end. When you see the way this cedar chest turns out, you'll think so too. All right, here I am removing those clips and that leg right there. You see where we added that? You can see the damage on there. And you know, I could have sawed these off and redone them completely, but I wanted to keep this as original as I could, and I don't see where that is really going to make a difference, as long as, you know, it's got a piece to hold it up. I wanted it original because my parents actually bought these for us, and I wanted it to be like it was. So here is the wood filler I'm going to be using. I'm also going to use a staining pad from Rust-Oleum, a tack cloth from Rust-Oleum, and some pre-stain conditioner. I also have this stain, which I try to use, and then I end up using a different one. I'll put that stain in my description. The navy, you guys, did not work out. It did not even show a navy color, so I ended up just doing the top with that, and then the paper went over it, so it was fine. So here I'm just doing a lot of filling of holes. There was some damage up on the top, and it also goes through underneath the lid of this, but I don't redo the inside of this because it's cedar, and you know, cedar keeps bugs and stuff out anyway. so I just end up leaving it like it is. Here is the beautiful paper that I'm going to be using on this project. It came in that day, so I had to show you. And here I am sanding over all of those wood filler places. I let that dry overnight, and then I'm going to size my paper. This is a fiber paper from Redesign My Prima. It comes folded up, and I did have a little trouble with those lines in it. It says that they'll come out whenever you add the paper, but that middle line was a booger and it did not come out, but in the end it was fine and it turned out beautiful anyway. So here I am opening up that navy stain, and then I get out my wood conditioner. And you know, guys, if this was going to be mine, I would have just conditioned this wood like this and left it, because look how pretty that wood came out when I put this wood conditioner on it. That is stunning, just like that. But since I wanted this to match my mom's house, I had to go a little darker, and this cedar color was not matching the shelves in her house, so we went with a darker stain. Here you'll see me adding this blue. It is not what I intended it to be. I was expecting it to be darker, and it's probably because I did this incorrectly. I probably should have not conditioned the wood, or maybe I should have let that conditioner dry overnight. I only let it dry for a little while, but I think that the navy just didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. You can see a little blue tint happening, but not what I intended. All right, here is the part that actually makes this piece amazing. I'm adding some matte medium glue, and we are putting on our paper. This paper was a little bit shorter on the sides than the top, so I'll end up adding some blending later on, but I wanted to get this paper on here first so I could, you know, sometimes I have to have my main attraction on there to keep going, and I wanted this on here so I could see how I wanted the rest of this piece to flow and what color stain I wanted and all of that. So I'm just putting it on a little bit at a time, and then I'm going over the top of it, and then I'm going to keep on going all the way until I get the whole thing on there. You can see that line in the middle stays, and I don't know what I did wrong. This is the first time I'm using this paper. Maybe I should have ironed it first. If you know, you can let me know in the comments. I'm new to furniture flipping and these papers, so I really would like the feedback if you have it. I know there's a lot of these ladies in this playlist that flip furniture all the time, so you know, I take advice very gladly. Anyways, I get that on there, and then I start wood conditioning the rest of the chest. And this is where I started adding the darker stain, and I will put the stain that I used in the description. You guys, this stain is super dark, but it is perfect because my mom's shelves that this is going to be under in her living room are super dark shelves. So if this was going in my house, I would have left it the cedar color, or it may have went a whole different route, but the darker stain was perfect for her house. Now I'm just taking some black chalk paint on the sides of this horse and this paper and all around the top and bottom as well, to kind of blend in those sides so it isn't such a straight edge from the horse to the cedar chest, from the paper to the cedar chest. I don't know why I keep calling the paper a horse. I guess because it has horses on it. Anyways, I'm just blending in colors, so I'm adding in a little blue and then I'm spreading it with my fingers. I use my fingers a lot when I paint, and I guess your fingers are your best tools when it comes to painting sometimes. Then I'm adding in some red and kind of making little flowers so they extend out, and I'm just blending and adding and blending until I get it the way I want it. I think this ended up being my favorite part of this project. As much as I love doing the furniture, painting this, blending this was my absolute favorite thing to do. And here's how it ended up looking with that. I do end up going over this with a clear coat, and I add a handle as well. Here is the before, and here is the finished piece. You guys, I am in love. I almost didn't want to take it to my mom's, but I did, and she loves it as well. That handle that I put on there came from Hobby Lobby on clearance, and it is one of my favorite little handles. It has some vintage patina on there, and I think it turned out beautiful. I'd like to take this time to thank my hosts, Shabby Meets Bling and OK at Home DIY. And check out that playlist that's in my description. Make sure you subscribe, hit that bell notification, and thank you as always for being here. Have a great day.